Welcome to Catalyst Grid. My name is Kingsley Amufua, lead scheduler with DC Nordics. This is episode 4 of our technical mastery series. Most people fail Primavera P6 interviews for one simple reason. They know where the software buttons are, but they do not understand project thinking. In high-stakes data center construction, we don't just need software operators, we need strategic advisors who can guide the project to success. Today, we look at the real technical and scenario questions from real billion-dollar projects that interviewers use to filter for elite talent. We'll cover the technical fundamentals, the high-pressure live scenarios, and the critical art of communicating technical complexity directly to executive leadership. This episode is designed to help you dominate your next career move and position yourself as a leader. We will deconstruct how to explain critical path, complex float types, and earned value in a way that proves you can actively influence project outcomes. We'll also discuss what you should expect during a live software demonstration and how to effectively present your recovery strategies under pressure. This is the definitive master guide to career growth in project controls. Section 1. Technical questions. You must master the terminology of the profession. Interviewers start here to establish your baseline competence. If you stumble on these basics, you'll never get to the strategic discussions where the real value is shown. You must be able to define these concepts clearly, concisely, and with total professional confidence. First, what is the critical path? Don't just say the longest path. Explain it as the continuous sequence of activities that determines the earliest possible project finish date. Second, what is the difference between free float and total float? Remember our first episode. Focus on the impact to the successor versus the impact to the project finish. Third, explain constraints and why excessive hard constraints are dangerous for schedule logic. Fourth, what creates negative float? Explain it as being behind a fixed contractual milestone or a hard constraint. Fifth, what is out-of-sequence progress and how does P6 handle it? This proves you understand the messiness of field reality. And finally, what is earned value? Explain PV, EV, and AC and how they combine to provide the true mathematical health of the project. When answering technical questions, always explain the why behind the data. Don't just talk about the software interface or the mouse clicks. Talk about how these concepts protect the project's predictability. Show that you understand the mathematical and commercial consequences of a broken critical path or an unmanaged constraint. That technical wisdom is what interviewers are really looking for. Section 2. Live scenario questions. This is where interviewers separate the real planners from the button pushers. They want to see how you handle pressure and how you apply your technical knowledge to unscripted project crises. They are testing your operational judgment, your logic thinking, and your overall commercial awareness. The project is slipping by 45 days. What do you do? An elite planner doesn't just say, "We'll accelerate" or "We'll work harder." They talk about logic validation, root cause analysis, and establishing a recovery baseline. They discuss resequencing, parallel work, and shift rotations. They prove they can find a defensible, data-driven path forward using logic. A trade contractor overstates their progress by 20% in their weekly report. How do you handle it? This tests your site-driven approach. You talk about validating quantities in the field and quantity-based progress measurement systems. You show that you are the guardian of the truth, not just a recorder of what you're told by others. Suddenly, 3 different critical paths appear in your schedule. What does this tell you about the project risk? Explain that the project is now incredibly fragile. Any slip on any of those 3 paths impacts the end date. This shows you understand risk density and the importance of focusing management attention where it matters most for project survival. In all these scenarios, adopt the persona of a strategic advisor. Show that you don't just find problems, you provide viable options for the project manager. You analyze the cost and risk of each recovery option. This proves you have the commercial awareness required for senior project controls roles on major infrastructure and Tier 3 data center projects. Section 3. Software demonstration expectations. For many senior roles, you will be asked to perform a live demonstration in Primavera P6. They aren't just looking at your speed. They are looking at your workflow discipline and your attention to data integrity. They want to see your technical DNA. Let's look at the standard expectations. You will be expected to build a small project from scratch. This includes creating a structured and logical work breakdown structure, building robust logic with predecessors and successors, and assigning correct project calendars. They are looking for the DCMA 14-point standards in your live work. Do not leave open ends and do not use excessive constraints. Next, you'll need to baseline that project correctly, update it with actual field data, and generate specific reports. Can you filter for the critical path? Can you create a custom layout that highlights float erosion? Can you generate an S-curve that management can actually understand and act upon? These technical clicks prove you have the mastery to back up your thinking. Never skip a technical step during a demonstration. Even if you are under intense time pressure, show that you prioritize data integrity above all else. Explain what you are doing as you do it. Tell them why you are checking for open ends or why you are validating the calendar. This turns a simple demo into a masterclass in professional technical scheduling. Section 4. Executive communication. Senior leaders and stakeholders do not want to hear software language. They do not care about finish-to-start relationships or activity IDs. They want decision intelligence. You must be able to translate technical complexity into the language of risk, project impact, and recovery strategy. Instead of saying, activity 1020 has negative float, say, our substation commissioning is currently at risk, which directly threatens our sacred power on date. Focus on the milestones that the client cares about. Talk about the probability of success and provide 3 clear recovery options with their associated cost and risk profiles. That is how you lead. Executive trust is built on your ability to provide an unbiased, accurate, and sometimes uncomfortable view of the future. Never sugarcoat the data to please the team. If the project is heading toward a crisis, be the first to call it out with the data to prove it. In billion-dollar projects, your technical integrity is your most valuable asset. It makes you invaluable to leadership. Section 5. Interview winning tips. Beyond the technical and the tactical, there are several habits that will help you stand out. These are the small things that signal to an interviewer that you are an elite project controls professional. Let's summarize the key winning behaviors you should adopt for your next career move. First, always use practical site-driven examples. Talk about Tier 3, data center foundations, or high-voltage procurement lead times. This proves you've actually been in the field. Second, explain your logic thinking process. Show them the technical steps you take to solve a project problem. And third, demonstrate that you understand the operational impact of your schedule. Fourth, master recovery concepts. Prove you can lead the project out of trouble. Fifth, maintain reporting discipline. Show you understand the importance of timely and accurate communication. And finally, speak clearly and with authority. You are the nervous system of the project. Speak like it. Show that you are a leader, not just a technical technician. Dominating a Primavera P6 interview is about proving your technical mastery and your operational wisdom combined. It's about showing that you can protect the project's predictability in any environment. When you master these concepts, you aren't just getting a job. You are taking your place as a senior leader in project controls. That is our goal here at Catalyst Grid. In our final episode of this series, we look at the reality on the ground. We follow a day in the life of a project scheduler on a live mega project. You'll see the truth of the site walks, the coordination meetings, and the late-night recovery sessions. It is the most intense role on the project, and we're going to show you exactly why. See you in the next masterclass. Kingsley Amufua, your host, signing off. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment. Your engagement is what allows us to keep producing these specialized technical masterclasses for the global project controls community. We appreciate your support as we grow. Stay technical, stay focused on the logic, and always stay grounded in the site reality. And tell me below, which technical Primavera P6 topic should Catalyst Grid tackle next? I value your feedback personally, and it shapes every future episode of this series. Whether it's more on Tier 3 infrastructure or deep dives into forensic analysis, let me know. See you in the final masterclass of the series. Signing off for now, Kingsley Amufua. See you soon.